Ladies and gentlemen, Six Fig Stock Trader here from YouTube. In today's video, we're going to be talking about CKB and Bitcoin and how likely are we to continue this bounce. So let's get into this. Before we do, check me out on Twitter at Real6Fig. This is where I'm dropping all the latest and greatest charts, updates, things I find crypto interesting. Once again, find me at Real6Fig on Twitter. Now, let's just really take a look at CKB at a super high level and try to figure out what exactly is going on. Well, the daily chart suggests that price action is way too far away from the Ichimoku cloud. This is a good indicator in itself to really predict when bounces are going to happen. We can see that right here in hindsight. Back in May of 21, price action just got way too far away from the Ichimoku cloud. Back in July, same thing. And when this happens, price just kind of gets contractor beamed right back towards the Ichimoku cloud. So right now, I would say that, yeah, price was due for a bounce because of these circumstances. Now, we also have a death cross that's about to happen right around January 27th, 28th. So with that said, I put out a video last week or the week before, and I will pin it at the end of this video, and basically describes the two types of death crosses that happen. The death crosses that just kind of sneak up on you and really strip you, or these death crosses that happen and maybe kind of signal a reversal. So I'm hoping that's what we're dealing with, and we can see that that we are bouncing quite nicely to the upside. There was a little bit of an initial sell-off this morning on this morning's candle. I mean, it is what it is, right? So people got excited. They saw an opportunity to sell off and maybe buy back in a little bit lower. But the next candle printed, and this was 2 hours ago, and we've got a nice full body candle with a little tiny, well, not a little tiny, but a smaller wick to the upside. So this is good to see. Also, other things that are good to see. The conversion line's way underneath this baseline. So when this thing starts to curve sideways and possibly arc up, I do think that we might see CKB really kind of accelerate towards this 200 moving average. And then at that point, I do think that CKB might test this 2-cent range again. So all this could be happening within the next few days. I wanted to kind of show you guys this. And basically, if we go ahead and measure a few different points using Fibonacci time sequence, we can kind of uncover the fact that, hey, there is a double confirmation that happened January 23rd, January 24th-ish, somewhere in there, just by measuring a couple different dramatic swing high to swing low points. So this is interesting in itself to see as well. It really kind of tells me that, hey, there was a reversal point that was meant to happen here. So with that said, folks, I do think that at this point, it might be likely to see CKB, like I said, come up and maybe retest this 200 moving average at about 2 cents. Let's really dive into this, though. And I'm going to need you guys to stick around this video simply because we're going to take care of Bitcoin next. And if you've watched it this far, you've got to watch Bitcoin because it just is what it is, right? Now, another thing that I wanted to show you guys was that if we pull up a Fibonacci retracement, you can see how price action came right down to this 127, 0.013-ish area. This is exactly what I want to see as far as a bounce is considered. And if we look at the bigger picture, you can see that it came down to the 786, which is a very common reversal point to boot. So this makes me happy to see these two numbers kind of show up in the short term and moderate term time frames of a Fibonacci retracement. So where is this thing going to go next? Let's get into this. Like I said, the 2 cent area I do think might be a decent place for price action to really kind of range to. I do think that .018488 ish, somewhere in there, might bring us some resistance. Right around the 0.0217, 0.025, which is the 61.8, very popular reversal point. Then we've got the 786, another very popular reversal point at just under 3 cents. We'll cross the bridge if we get there. That's if. And like I said, we need to watch Bitcoin. Now, if we can get this pump to the upside, I'm fully expecting some sort of inverse head and shoulders like this. Now, on this daily chart, CKB has a wonderful opportunity over the next week or two to really try and pass through this weak spot in the Ichimoku cloud. If we can do that, folks, CKB can set up for some sort of bullish pattern to maybe move to the upside once again. And it might be in this fashion that we see something like this happen. So let's keep that in mind. We will need to see what happens next, but let's look at Bitcoin here quick, because of course that is going to be really something that we need to pay attention to. Now, Bitcoin is kind of in a very same or similar situation that CKB is. It's just trading way too far away from the Ichimoku cloud. So, what is going to happen here? Well, we can see that we have made a 50%, 51% retracement, 52% retracement from all-time highs. And the last time that happened was back from April to like July, June of 2021. We can see a 54% retracement happen. Well, this structure here looks very similar to what we were seeing back then. Everything from these candles to the moving averages to the cloud coverage. You can kind of see the cloud is in a very similar shape to what we are dealing with right now. So Bitcoin really has an interesting opportunity to possibly bounce here. Now, there is one thing that I want to caution everybody on, and that's this trend line right now for Bitcoin, maybe somewhere in here. So I do think that there is a chance that Bitcoin might actually come up to right around this $42,000 level. And that's where we really need to be careful with Bitcoin, because if it does that, it could be setting up for another shank to the downside to take these prices down to $30,000. Everybody just magically assuming right now that the bull market is back on. You really shouldn't assume that. But in the grand scheme of things, I think people could make a solid case that we might have possibly seen this very nice ABC corrective wave come and strike through. So who knows, folks? I mean, I could see that right now. There may even be some sort of Elliott wave theory that did kind of happen here. But I do think that there might, in fact, be another setup here to move even higher. But I do think that right now, this trend line here around 42,000 is going to be our worst enemy. And it looks like on the daily chart for Bitcoin, people are selling this candle. So we're seeing prices rise up to about 38,600 ish, somewhere in there. And people are selling this thing right back down to about 37,500 ish, somewhere in there. So, yeah, we'll have to just kind of see what happens on the daily. We got some RSI way down low. Last time it was this low was, bear with me. Let's see if we can figure this out. The last time RSI was this low was the coronavirus crash. So we are seeing RSI, really, really kind of in the dumps like we saw before. So, hey, if we get the bounce here, we might be looking at a super incredible run. Now, a lot of you guys are probably like, I don't like the RSI and stuff. Well, I do, and I don't care what you do or don't like. The RSI is great for picking up these types of pattern. rising wedges, descending triangles, ascending triangles, falling wedges, like this one here, which is a very bullish sign for RSI. And let's see what happened. Kind of back. I'm just going to try to see if I can find another falling wedge that was very similar to this. Let's just go ahead and I mean, man, it's tough to see, really tough to tell here, but it is what it is. It's a falling wedge in the RSI. Super bullish. I'm hoping that we see this nice breakout and bounce to the upside for some gains. That would be nice, wouldn't it? So there we have it. I do think that Bitcoin's going to bounce a little bit more, maybe wander up to right around this $41,000, $42,000 ish price tag. At that point, be on guard. It could be a rug pull, in my opinion. Not financial or trading advice, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today on CKB and Bitcoin. Please subscribe, smash that like button if you're still here. I truly appreciate all the support I can get. So big shout out to all the Patreons as well. $3 a month will get your name, YouTube channel name, or business name up on this banner. Hope you all have a wonderful day wherever you're at in the world.